So the way I like to look at business in general is a little bit different to most people. I have a clear line between marketing and sales. All right. And my opinion is a little bit different to everyone else's, but I'll share just the way I look at it because the rest of the session will make sense, right? The way I look at marketing is getting in front of new people, right? Sales, I look at as people already follow us. How can we convert them over the line, right? So let's say things like our email list. If we've got an email list and we send out an email, in my book, that's kind of more like sales, right? Because these people already know us, right?
Yeah.
Someone follows us on Instagram and we make a post, promoting our gym or our challenge or our boot camp or whatever. Kind of like sales because these people already know us, right? So, and that's fine. That's good stuff. We've got to make sure we do that. That's the point of having an email list and an Instagram following, right? But we want to make sure that we're consistently getting new people in there as well. Because if we're not getting consistently new people in there, we're going to burn our list, right? We're just selling to the same people again and again and again. So that's number one. It's like, all right, if you've got a social media presence, you've got an email list, that's great, but we want to keep growing that, right? We want to keep getting more people inside of that there. Now, if we're talking about that, there's kind of two ways you can do it. You can either do it with paid advertising or you can do it with organic advertising. Now, on a high level, you're either paying with your time or you're paying with your money. If you're doing organic marketing, you're paying with your money. You're on Instagram, you're posting photos and videos and stories and hashtags and following people and collaborations and Instagram lives, and you're spending a lot of time on that, right? And that's fine. You can do that. The advantage of Facebook ads, and also let's continue that on Instagram. Once you've done that, guess what you do the next day? The same freaking thing again, because
trying to create that killer content piece again.
Exactly. And like, you post something on your Instagram feed, no one's seeing that the next day. It's gone. You post something on your Instagram story, it literally disappears in 24 hours time, right? So again and again and again. The advantage of Facebook ads is I can set up a Facebook ad in about 15 minutes and done. 15 minutes. And then the next day, Facebook's going to show that to a whole group of people. And then the next day, they're going to show it to a whole group of more people. And then the next day, a whole group of more people as well, right? So that's the major power of Facebook ads there is you're saving time. You're putting dollars on the ad, and that's getting in front of new people every single day. And that's the easiest way to do it. The only potential downfall someone could say is, hold on, but that's costing me money, right? A good Facebook ad should not cost you money. A good Facebook ad should make you money. And we'll dive deeper into this as we go, I'm sure.
Got it. Nice. Thank you for that overview. And another topic that I think we're going to get into really like the nuts and bolts about is targeting. But maybe from the high level perspective, you can get an idea of like, all right, once people start to focus on these ads, talk to us about targeting and what that means and what's possible there.
Awesome question. Yes. So, all right. So there's a few things going on there. What's possible is it's endless. The amount of things you can target on there is crazy, right? But for most local face-to-face businesses, that's actually a distraction, right? And I'll give a few different things here. And with Facebook ads, there's a clear distinction between a face-to-face business and an online business. And I'll kind of I'll focus a bit more on the face-to-face business because I think that's more your kind of audience there. I'll give a little bit of the insights for the online side of things. That's also what I do at Fitness Education Online, right?
Yeah.
But let's start with the face-to-face kind of businesses, right? Yeah. Your targeting there is pretty much anyone in your local area. The biggest thing with the Facebook ad there is just that radius that you go around, right? Now, on a Facebook ad where we're going to a cold audience, we want that as small as possible. I can't give an exact number because it kind of depends where, are you in Sydney or are you in Rotterdam? What's the population in Rotterdam out of curiosity?
I think about 600,000 in the city proper. And then, of course, you have the suburbs that just start to bleed out from that.
There we go. We're like 5 million in Sydney, and I'm sure there's bigger, you're in Berlin or you're in London, like kind of different, right? But if you're in a big city, it's literally like 3 or 4 kilometers. Yeah. Right. Okay. Obviously, if you're a bit wider out, you can go a bit wider. What's important with the Facebook ad on that side of things with a local business is it's got to be a no-brainer radius. It's got to be smaller than your current market. Because at any gym, any boot camp, it's kind of like there's going to be people that train with you because they used to be a member, but then they've moved slightly out and they still want to train there, right? Or one of their friends trains there, and now they'll travel a bit further because it's far enough, it's close enough to train with one of your friends, but you wouldn't do it if you're on your own, right? So we want to go shorter. It's got to be like the no-brainer zone there, right? That's the major thing with the radius. Gender can be important as well. Obviously, if you're just training women, just training men, you obviously put that in. Women are more likely to opt in and also more likely to purchase as well. So if you train both genders, from a Facebook ad side of things, you're probably better off just targeting women. And then you'll get your men organically as well. Friends, their partners, whatever it may be.
And all the girls are going there.
Yeah. That's how you get guys there. Just get more girls in there, right? So is that there? And the age, obviously, as well. The age, you actually go a little bit wider than normal. So a lot of people out there that have I train women age 25 to 35. That's fine. But would you knock back a 23-year-old, or would you knock back so age you can go, and also people lie on their Facebook profile as well, right? So most face-to-face, that's all you want to do. Interests will make it too small, right? I'll give the only other thing I would do in a face-to-face business is like you can also do a retargeting ad, right? Now, what I recommend doing in that, have one that just goes to the cold people, and then you might have another ad. To simplify this, the 4 easy ways to retarget people is website visitors, your email list, people that have interacted with your Facebook page or interacted with your Instagram page. I usually just bundle that up into one, and that's my warm list, right? So I'll give a bit more detail for the people watching. Ideally, you've got a Facebook pixel on your website. And if you don't, get that on ASAP because it's free to do. And that way, anyone that lands on your website, you can retarget that person and show them this ad. You can also do it specific to the page. So you might be like, right, I've got a blog, people all over the world find my blog. I don't want to target them. But if anyone goes to my checkout page or goes to my, enter the details page, I'm retargeting them.
Super high value person. Yeah.
Exactly. The email list, ex-clients, leads, whatever, you can upload that straight to Facebook and show the ad to them. Because yes, you can email them as well, and you should, but how many times can you email someone before they unsubscribe?
Yeah.
Whereas the Facebook ad can keep getting in front of them, right? And then the Facebook page, it's hard to get interaction on a Facebook page in general these days, but if you do, you can retarget that. And then Instagram, that's where a lot of people do get interaction these days. You can retarget your Instagram followers there. So that's one there. And just to show what's a few other things that are possible in like the online space, the good one is the lookalike list. So if anyone's watching this and hasn't, and the other thing with an online business is you need to have a niche, right? You can't just have a general online weight loss business or fitness. It doesn't work. So you need to have a niche. One way to get started is you can do what's called a lookalike list. So you might have that list of people that have been to your website. You've got a few emails. You've got some interaction on Facebook and Instagram. You can create a lookalike list, which is like, in a nutshell, Facebook will show it to people that look like this here. Right? You can do that over there. And then it's endless the targeting you can do. With my business, Fitness Education Online, I target in a few different ways. I target personal trainers. So that's a little bit different. But either way, if you're online, you should have a niche. Some of the ways that I target my audience is simply job title. Anyone that's got personal trainer, fitness professional, fitness instructor, I can target that way there. Schools they went to. Anyone's gone to the Australian Institute of Fitness, Australian College of Personal Trainers, I can target that way there. Pages they like. All right. Anyone that likes Fitness Australia, NASA, URSA, right? I can target those there as well. And I could go on and on, there's so many different ways, right? But to summarize, most face-to-face businesses, you just pretty much want those basic demographics, maybe maybe the warm list as well. The thing with the warm list is it kind of depends on traffic. Like if you've got hardly any emails, hardly any people going to your website, and hardly any social, you can do it, but what are you going to get in front of? A few hundred people, If you've got a lot of people going to your website, big email list, then it's more valuable there.
Okay. I think it's interesting what you say about the radius, like the locality radius. I mean, to be honest, I consciously pay more for my gym because it's very close to me. Right.
Yeah.
And I've come to really love everything that they do. So if I did move 1 or 2K up the road, I would probably still keep my membership there. But beyond that, I would probably start looking elsewhere, just because I know myself, like, if it's raining here in Holland and I have to ride my bike to the gym, I want that ride to be as short as possible. And that happens a lot.
Exactly.